Hey guys, my assignment for a new Photoshop or photo taking technique is God beams. Here's what they look like as the final product, and all you're doing is taking a really bright spot in the background and making the light making light beams come out of that point of origin. So when you're taking this picture, try to find a spot where the light source is in the distance and shining through some darker areas. So once you get the picture taken, open it up in Photoshop, and first of all you want to go to Channels, click Command, or hold the Command key down and click on the RGB on the icon, and then go right down here to this will be create new channel, so it'll create your alpha channel. And what you're going to do with that is you're going to push Shift Delete or backspace, and you want to use white, normal at 100%, and you're going to click OK. So all that does is it creates a black and white image. So we can go ahead and Command D deselect. So once you have your black and white image, you can go ahead and push Command L for levels. You're going to take your black eyedrop tool, and you're going to find a place in the image where it's dark, like gray or right here, but it's not quite black. And what you're going to do is select that, and that takes everything that was of that old color or darker and makes it black, completely black. And you're going to also do this for the white, and you can find spots like that, making this white. And then if you want, you can adjust the numbers or the slides, just making the darks a little darker, the lights a little brighter. So that's up to you, however you like it looking. So go ahead and click OK. And what you're going to do is go to your layers. You're going to create a new blank layer right here. So once you created that new layer, you're going to go to Select, Load Selection, and you want to, in Channel, do Alpha 1. So this is taking it's going to select what we had selected in that Alpha 1 channel that we just did. So you're going to push OK, and you can see that that's the same selection as it was in the alpha channel. Do the Shift Delete or Shift Backspace and fill at white for 100% opacity again, and you can adjust the opacity depending on how bright you want this, but since we want these really bright beams of light, I'm going to leave it at 100% so it really kind of pops. Now you're going to do Command D deselect, and you can go ahead and go to your filter, radial, or you're going to go blur, radial blur, and you want to change the amount to 100% and your blur method to zoom. And now you get to pick where you want your point of origin to be from for the beams. For me, I want it kind of over here, to have it coming from the side, not quite halfway down, but in between. So I'm just going to push OK, and you can see that now I have that nice way of it looking like it's coming from behind this tree. And since it's kind of noisy, you see it's right here, you can tell it's kind of a bit fake. You can reapply the filter by pushing Command F, and that kind of smooths it out a bit. Right now you can be done if you want to. If you like the way that this looks, go ahead and have this as your final image. But since I like the idea of the outsides being a little darker, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, or no, I'm going to go into my layers again. I'm going to select my original background layer, do the select, load selection, do my alpha 1 again. What you're going to do now is, and then you're going to create a new layer. So again, to this little post-it note that looks like the corner is folded, and you're going to, in this new layer, do a select inverse, because instead of having everything that we selected be brightened, or everything that we had brightened, that part, we want to select everything that we didn't make brighter. And so we're going to do that by selecting the inverse. And what we're going to do is do the shift backspace, the fill, or shift delete, and make this black. So this is everything that was not made brighter, we're now making darker. So I'm going to click OK. Now since this is at 100% opacity, it's going to look really dark, and you can go ahead and Command deselect this. So now all you have to do is adjust this, the opacity, to whatever you like it. I mean, that's about it. Any questions, just come and ask me.